All right. Good evening. Good evening. Hello, everybody. Lakeisha McKnight is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is, of course, the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. I'm your senior coach and your host for this podcast show. And so welcome aboard, everybody, on this beautiful Wednesday evening here in Chesapeake, Virginia. It is Wednesday, April the 15th of 2020. And I want to welcome everyone here, okay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right now I'm live on my timeline on Facebook. We're also live on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and by default, we're live over at the womenofElevation.com's website. So before I go ahead and get started with this episode on tonight, I'm going to be sharing this particular stream here in a couple of places, and feel free to share as well. The first place where I am going to share is this podcast, Revitalize the Total Woman podcast, does have its own fan page. So I am going to share it on the fan page there. And okay, so that's the first place where I am going to share it. But I'm also going to share it. There's a community group connected to this podcast that I'm also going to share it in. So I'm going to go and locate the group for this podcast and overall the organization. And there is a nonprofit organization that houses this podcast show. It's called Women of Elevation Career Services International. And so we do have a community group on Facebook for those of you ladies out there. You know, if you are seeking empowerment on a weekly basis and you really want some effective content, we definitely invite you to plug into the community area. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually going to do a watch party in that group. So let me go ahead and switch it on over to doing a watch party, grabbing the attention of the ladies in the Women of Elevation group. So I'm going to go ahead and search for that, place a title in there, and we're going to start this watch party. So let me go ahead and do that. Effective content. Sounds like the audio is pretty good. Well done, well done. All right, so we have that watch party going. Sounds good. So again, welcome aboard. It's 8:05 now. We've shared it in quite a few places. Once again, I'm your host, Lakeisha McKnight, and this show goes live every Tuesday and Wednesday around 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so we try to share it in a number of different places. This show, as I mentioned, is connected to Women of Elevation, a nonprofit based here in Chesapeake, Virginia, but it also has a location in Nigeria, Africa. So for those of you ladies, if you want to be a voice for women, not just here in the United States, but if you want to truly be a voice for women all around the world, we want you. Okay, we're definitely welcoming to those of you ladies who want to inquire about being a part of our team. We have a leadership team. We have various committees that requires a set of skills, right? So skills in the area of marketing, in the area of fundraising or wealth building, and then also skill sets in the area of event planning. So if you like to really kind of help and share and promote events, we're definitely here. We definitely would love to see who would be or want to be a part of the team that we have. And so inquire today. Feel free to contact myself or another one of our board leaders, and we'll definitely give you more information about that. But this podcast show, we do it Tuesdays and Wednesdays, as I mentioned, and it really coincides with the mission of the nonprofit. So our mission really is to empower women like yourself with the tools to be able to create, relate, and elevate so you can walk in your God-given purpose and ultimately live your dream lifestyle. Okay, we want you to truly live and not just exist. There are many women out there who are just existing. You're just there. You're just going through the motions every single day. And I believe that God wants much more. God wants us to be able to truly live, right? And so that's what we want to help you to do. Be that vehicle, that springboard to help you live, okay? You shall live. Your dreams shall live. And we're going to help you to accomplish that. So now, during this month of April, if you were not here last night for last night's episode, we spoke of how we've transitioned in this month to talk about events. So how to create events, how to host events so that they're profitable. Okay. And we led last night in talking about why a expert or professional would consider teleseminars. Okay. We considered that. And so tonight I'm going to give you a little bit of a glance as to how to conduct teleseminars. How do you actually conduct them? And I'm going to really consult with a buddy of mine. Now, I've done teleseminars for some time, and even this nonprofit organization here, we conduct 3 telesummits. Now, telesummits is another fancy way of saying teleseminars. We just use words interchangeably, but they really mean the same, okay? So when I say teleseminar, you also can equate that with telesummit. So it's really the same, all right? So we do telesummits here with the nonprofit 3 times a year, and we just completed our first one. We did that maybe about 2 weeks ago or so, okay? And so we're preparing now for our upcoming online seminar. Now, that seminar would have happened in person in Virginia, but because of the quarantine going on, we definitely wanted to continue to have it. So we're going to do the seminar on Zoom. So I'm going to give you more information about that seminar towards the end. So stay tuned now, because you definitely want to get information about that. All right. But how do you actually go about conducting teleseminars? Let's talk about that. And I'm going to consult with my good old buddy, Alex Mandozian. And his content is definitely relevant today. And I'm going to share with you just a couple of steps, give you a little bit of a glance into the world of doing teleseminars. So there are a couple of steps, and I'm going to share with you about 7 of them. Okay. 7 steps to really conducting, for those of you who this may be your first time, how to conduct your first teleseminar. Your first teleseminar. Now, here is step number 1. You want to pick a topic. Okay? Pick a topic. Hello, Patricia, and everybody that's tuning in. Pick a topic. So choose a topic from your niche, that area that you specialize in, right? That you have a wealth of knowledge and experience in. So pick a topic, choose a topic, and market. Meaning, when we say market, we're talking about a population, a group, core area of people that you want to target. So, for example, if it's women between the ages of 25 and 50, right, who are trying to transition from corporate to becoming an entrepreneur, that would be a specific market. Okay, that would be a specific market. So choose a niche, for example, like leadership, or leadership amongst women. That's a niche, okay? So the easiest way to begin, right, is with a 5, 7, or 10 tips article, okay? These will be the tips you share on the call. So think about a few tips that you will want to share in reference to that particular niche area. So again, choose a topic. That's step 1. Step 2, create an action guide. Okay, create an action guide and an outline. So make sure you're writing this down. Action guide and outline. You see, the action guide will guide those who are listening, and it will help them as they're going through the call. So the outline really is an additional set of helpful notes for you as you craft the action guide and the call. Okay, so it's going to be helpful for you, that outline, but the guide is more so helpful for the listener. Okay, so that's step 2, action guide and outline. Step 3, choose a bridge line service. A bridge line service. Now, you can get these for free, and you can get these for a fee. So it really depends on, what it is that you're looking for. What are some of the features that you would desire? I know a popular bridgeline service is freeconferencing.com. That's a free one that many people take advantage of. But because many people are home and they're really doing online events, sometimes the surfaces, or I should say services, can be a bit crowded because everybody's using them. So be a little patient. If it seems as though it's not working as well as it should, it's because there's so many people using them. All right. So choose a bridge line service, and you can always Google and look online for other options. There are many, many options that you can choose from. Now here's step 4. Step 4, invite your list members. Your list members. Let the people on your list. Now we're talking about lists. We're talking about people who are connected to you on social media or in your email list that you're in consistent contact with. Now, if you're thinking, well, Lakeisha, I don't have a list. Well, that's something that you can be assisted with. So for example, for those of you who are like, man, how do I develop a list or begin to create a list of people that would want your service? If you're interested in that topic, list building, go ahead and comment list building, right? Comment list building below the stream if you would like to learn how to build a list. So you want to let your people on your list know the date, time, and the topic. The date, time, and topic. You want to let them know the number to dial in. Okay, let them know the number to dial in. Okay, so that's step 4, invite your list. Step 5, conduct your first teleseminar. Conduct your first teleseminar. Okay, so hold your first call. Use your action guide to deliver the information to your listeners. Okay, use your action guide to deliver the information to those who are participating. Step number 6, record it. Record it. Yes, it's your first one, but let's start off on the right way from the beginning. You never know when you're going to share a golden nugget or two that you're going to want to have on audio. You may be thinking to yourself, man, I wish I would have recorded that, right? So just go ahead and record it anyway. And most of the Bridgeline services will enable you to record it. It will have a recording option. And then the final step here, step number 7, you want to transcribe it. Transcribe it. Now it's optional. I don't want you to think that you have to do this step, but it's really good to have because there are some people who may want a written version of the content that you shared. So transcribe it. So what you're doing is repurposing the content that you shared on the audio so that you can create a PDF, you can create an ebook, you can create all types of products as a result of that transcription. So again, that's step number 7. So if you've missed any of these steps, I want to encourage you to get back, plug into the replay of this. It should be available right on my timeline here. It should be available on womenofElevation.com site. And it also really should be available inside of the Women of Elevation community group. So make sure, again, that you access this information, that you go through it. For those of you who are needing help with list building, reply or comment list building in the comment section. That way it'll add, we'll add that to the list of things that you would want help with, and perhaps we can conduct a course. All right, we can conduct a course that can help you in that area. Okay, so stay plugged in. So here's the other thing I want to share for those of you that were here at the very beginning and you're like, man, maybe you wanted more information about the upcoming seminar. So again, there's a seminar that we're going to be conducting this Saturday now, April the 18th, this Saturday. And for those of you who are registered already for this seminar event online, please be sure to share this amongst your colleagues. So if you have friends who are on social media and you know that they perhaps would want help in the area of becoming a consultant, or maybe they want information on hosting their own events. So if they want to do large conferences in the future sometime, or if people who want to learn about building wealth and creating cash flow, I want to encourage you to let them know about the Create 2020 Business Mixer. It's an online business mixer and seminar happening this Saturday, April the 18th. It's going to start at 11:30 a.m., right? And it's going to be on the Zoom platform. So if you go to www.thecreateseminar.com, again, www.thecreateseminar.com, you will learn all about it. And of course, your colleagues will learn all about it as well. And that's where you would go to register for this event. Okay, details are found there. Once you register, you'll be sent the details for getting on Zoom. So make sure you do plug in. For those of you who have an interest in consulting, being a consultant, you perhaps want to host large events in the future, and you really need to generate cash flow on a weekly basis. If that's you, I want to encourage you once again, register for the Create 2020 Business Online Seminar taking place this Saturday, starting at 11:30 a.m. So you don't have to leave your home. You can be right where you are. All you got to do is get access to the Zoom details, and you'll get access to that when you register. So registration, lastly, once again, is at www.thecreateseminar.com. So again, friends, thank you so very much for plugging in to this second episode this week here with the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. I'm your host and coach, Lakeisha McKnight. So again, thank you. We'll be back with another fresh episode next week on Tuesday. Be blessed, everyone. Have an amazing evening and take care.